Hi there, Terry back again. Hope I find you well. Welcome to my latest video. This is part 2 of DC Comics Presents starring Superman. Part 1 has gone well, people are still watching it, so I thought we'll go at part 2. Right, we start with number 17, January 1980, and we have a team up with Firestorm this time. Cover by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, and this one is called The Ice Slaves of Killer Frost. It's written by Jerry Conway, pencils are by Jose, inks Steve Mitchell, and the colours by Jerry Serp. Killer Frost, believed dead, isn't. And when she is defrosted, she ensnares him and gets him to do her bidding, retrieving equipment to build a device that will freeze the world and allow her to rule it. And Firestorm has to work out how to defeat Superman and destroy this machine, all the while not feeling he is up for this superheroing business. Number 18, February 1980. Covered by Ross Andrew, Dick Giordano and Tajania Wood. And we have Satana in it this time with The Night It Rained Music. No, it didn't. It's The Night It Rained Magic. Jerry Conway writes, pencils Dick Dillon, inks Frank Caramont, and the colours are by Jerry Serp. The cover tells a story. Due to an experiment that backfires on Superman, at the same time Zatanna is preparing a magical ceremony, and to get answers on why some people are magical and others are not. These things happening at the same time are not compatible, and a rift between our world and the magic realm appears. Zatanna's father, has to teach Superman to use magic to heal this rift. Number 19, March 1980. Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano with the cover this time. And this one is Who Haunts This House? A man called Caleb Girk comes across a massive mansion materializing in front of his eyes in the western desert. He moves into the mansion expecting riches. 6 months later, he invites the wealthy as well as the press and government officials to see his home. This includes Clark Kent and Barbara Gordon, a United States Congresswoman, and of course we know already Batgirl. There are plenty of strange goings-on in this house, and Superman and Batgirl have to work together to get to the bottom of things. Right, number 20, April 1980. Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano again with the cover, and the title Inferno from the Sky. It's written by Denny O'Neil, pencils Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, inks by Joe Geller, and the colours by Jerry Serp. This story is about murder, greed, and finding a source of power that can replace high-octane fuels, but that has to be got rid of to save an endangered town. Then 21, May 80. Again, the artists Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano. Jerry Conway writing this time, with Joe Staton pencils, inks by Frank Caramonte, and colours by Jerry Serp. In a little town called Stevenson, aliens have landed and infected the townsfolk with a transformation disease that is turning them into the aforementioned aliens. Ralph Denby, or Elongated Man, and his wife Sue are staying the night there while on a road trip. Ralph feels ill but isn't being transformed like the inhabitants as well as Sue that is. He seeks out Superman to help, and between them they search for a cure before the transformations are permanent. Number 22, June 80. Another Jose Luis Garcia Lopez cover. Title, Plight of the Human Comet. It's written by Mike W. Barr, pencils Dick Dillon, inks by Frank McLaughlin, and the colours by Jerry Serp. And as you can see on the cover, poor Captain Comet is turning into a literal comet. He seeks Superman's help to stop the cause of this. Meanwhile, we meet Star Striker for the first time, who believes he should have got Captain Comet's abilities instead of Captain Comet. So several fights happen, which become a happy ending for one or the other. Guess who? Next we have number 23, July 1980. Ross Andrew, Dick Giordano and Titania Wood with the cover. We're joined by Dr. Fate, as you can see, in Curse Out of Time. Denny O'Neill writing, Joe Staten pencils, inks by Vince Coletta, and the colours by Jerry Serp. We have an Earth 1 and Earth 2 story. On Earth 2, Inza Nelson has come to her husband, Kent Nelson, in his Dr. Fate persona, as some strange magical force is causing her to transform into some kind of monster. Dr. Fate searches all of existence to find an answer, which he does, but he finds he has to go to Earth 1 to solve it. Fate, excuse the pun, has somehow involved Superman in the way it needs solving. And now probably my favourite cover of the run. Have a guess why? Number 24, August 1980, by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. And he also does the internal art this time, along with colours from Glynis Oliver, and it's written by Len Wein. And my paperwork's fallen over. Excuse me. This is a rites of passage story, sort of, for my favourite character, Deadman. Due to what he feels was a mistake, he calls upon Ramakrishna, a goddess who is responsible for turning Boston Brand into Deadman. And to grant him his final rest, Ramakrishna asked him to do one final thing. Then she will grant his wish. He finds himself in the middle of an earthquake, and things don't get much better from there. Well, not until they do. Next 25, September 80. Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano with the cover. And as you can see, it's up to 50 cents with 8 extra pages. This is when Whatever Happened To stories began, mainly Earth 2 characters. But firstly, we have Judgment Night with The Phantom Stranger, written by Paul Levitz. Pencils Dick Dillon, inks Frank McLaughlin, and colours by Gene D'Angelo. This is a long and convoluted story in a good way. This little speech that Superman gives to himself is the premise for the story. Superman's Hall of Failures. Ha! I wonder sometimes if this isn't the most important trophy room in the whole fortress. The one that reminds me I'm not perfect. There's Ma and Pa Kent dying all over again in stone. And Krypton, poor lost Krypton. Even John Ross. All the people I wanted to help, but couldn't. And then we have Whatever Happened to Our Man. It was written by Bob Rozakis, pencils by Charles Nicholas, inks by Joe Geller, and colours Jerry Serp. Rex Tyler, the original Our Man, comes out of retirement, using his Miraglow pill that imbues him with added strength, limited vulnerability, and heightened stamina for about an hour. The reason he uses this is to stop a bomb threat, which he succeeds in doing. But weirdly, he completes this task in 18 minutes after his hour is up. I should have said 18 minutes after his hour was up, rather than in. But there you go. Number 26, October 1980. Jim Starlin, Titania Wood, and Gaspar Saladino with the cover this time. Green Lantern is back, in between friends and foe. Writers Jim Starlin and Marv Wolfman. Jim Starlin also does the pencils, inks by Steve Mitchell, and the colours by Jerry Serp. We have a quote from this story. They don't call me Superman for nothing. When I put that much power into one of my punches, nothing can withstand it, not even little green trinkets like this. Now, what makes this book expensive is this 16-page insert featuring the new Teen Titans. When Nightmares Begin is the title. It's written by Marv Wolfman, pencils by George Perez, inks by Dick Giordano, and Adrian Roy does the colours. And we have the first appearances of Beast Boy as Changeling, and then we have Cyborg, Raven, and Starfire's first appearances. And of course, you also have Whatever Happened to Sargon the Sorcerer, written by Bob Rozakis, pencils by Jose Delbo, inks by Kim DeMulder, and colours by Jerry Serp. Sargon the Sorcerer, in retirement, is visiting the museum where his ruby is kept. He believes someone has been using it to commit crimes, but thus it is soon disproved by the Matter Master's appearance and revelation that it has been him committing the robberies. Right, number 27, November 80, cover by Jim Starlin. Superman and the Manhunter from Mars. This issue also introduces Mongol from Warworld or Throne World, depending on how he feels at any particular day. Writer and creator Len Wein, along with artist and creator Jim Starlin. Inks by Dick Giordano and Frank McLaughlin, and the colours by Jerry Serp. Mongol has kidnapped Jimmy, Lois, and Steve Lombard in order to get Superman to do his bidding. Mongol wants a crystal key. If Superman gets it for him, they will go free. It is on New Mars. Superman finds a crypt on this barren world. John the Manhunter arrives, barring access to the crypt, telling Superman no one is allowed on the planet. Superman explains why he is there. John explains the key needs to stay in place for the safety of the universe. And as you see by the cover, things don't go well to begin with. And also in this issue, as you can see on the top there, Whatever Happened to Gorilla, written by Bob Rozakis, pencils Romeo Tangel, inks by Frank Kiramonte, and the colours by Jerry Serp. And back in my third video of Action and Superman comic covers, you would have seen in 1959 I gave you the origin of Gorilla. His last appearance was in Adventure Comics 283, April 1961, until this revisit. Some greedy villains prey on Africans' superstitions involving silver gorillas, but Gorilla and Congo Bill put a stop to their plans. Number 28, December 1980. Jim Starlin and Titania Wood with the cover. Written by Len Wein, pencils Jim Starlin, inks Romeo Tangel, and colours Jerry Serp. It's continued from the last issue. And now Supergirl joins Superman to find Warworld, where Mongol has gone, to begin his plans to become master of the universe. There is a sort of happy ending, but Mongol escapes and Supergirl disappears. Right, we have Whatever Happened to Johnny Thunder, that's the cowboy Johnny Thunder, and Madam .44. Written by Mike Tiffenbacher, art by Gil Kane, colours by Anthony Tollin. After stopping a villain together, they get married. And after Madam .44, real name Jean Walker, is pardoned for her crimes. Next, number 29, January 1981, Jim Starlin with the cover. The creators are all the same as number 28. Superman is searching through the universe for his cousin Kara. While he is hurtling through space, he comes across the Spectre, who bars his way. He says to a startled Superman, "I know of many things, Kryptonian. Pain, passion, pride. I know the unspoken secrets of your own immortal soul. You are one of the most powerful beings in all of creation, and yet in so many ways you are but a child. There is so much for you to learn. Perhaps it is time your education began in earnest. Come with me, Superman, on a journey of revelation." Also in this issue, Whatever Happened to Dr. Midnight? Writer Bob Rozakis, pencils Alex Zaviak, inks Joe Geller, colours Jerry Serp. Dr. Midnight loses his ability to see in the dark, but still tries to solve the mystery of a friend's murder. Right, number 30, February 81, by Rich Buckler and Steve Mitchell. And the writer is Jerry Conway, pencils Kurt Swan, inks Vince Coletta, and colours Jerry Serp. This is A Dream of Demons. By projecting visions of the late Larry Lance, Dr. Destiny lures the Black Canary and Superman into a dream dimension, intending to destroy them both. And in Whatever Happened to the Golden Age Atom, written by Bob Rozakis, pencils Alex Saviak, inks Vince Coletta, and colours Jerry Serp, Mallow, a character we meet just twice, is keeper of the cosmic balance. He notices that all the Earth 1 and Earth 2 heroes have similar powers, except for the atom. So he temporarily switches their powers, giving Al Pratt the ability to shrink in size, which comes in handy as two crooks have invaded his home. This story happens at the same time as the Atom, Ray Palmer, the story in Action Comics 515. This one, see? And so using Al Pratt's powers, such as they are, to track down some kidnappers. Right, number 31, March 81 cover. Date, that is. And the cover is by Jerry Conway and Roy Thomas. The Deadliest Show on Earth. It's written by Jerry Conway, Roy Thomas. Pencils, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Inks, Dick Giordano. And the colours, Jerry Serp. A short and sweet synopsis to this one. Robin comes upon a circus of mind-controlled performers, whose numbers include Superman. And of course, whatever happened to Robot Man? Writer Bob Rozakis, pencils Alex Saviak, inks Vince Coletta, colours by Phil Rachelson. Robot Man, who has been buried in a mine shaft for 20 years, emerges from the booby-trapped cave-in and goes after the crime lord who put him there in the first place. And we finish this video with number 32, April 81, cover by Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano. The Super Prisoners of Love. Writers, I should say, Jerry Conway and Roy Thomas. Pencils by Kurt Schaffenberger. Inks Vince Coletta and the colours by Jerry Serp. Eros falls in love with Wonder Woman, but is rejected by her. So in revenge he fires love arrows into her and Superman and causes them to fall in love with each other. Yes. And lastly in this issue, whatever happened to Mark Merlin and Prince Rahman, or Rayman? When Elsa Magason helps transfer Prince Rahman's mind from a cat called Memakatas back into his own body, she learns at long last the fate of her late husband, Mark Merlin. I'm assuming she didn't know they were one and the same. Or have I got that wrong? Let me know in the comments, especially you, Greyman. I'm sure you know the answer. Well, that's it for part 2. I will be back with part 3 if it's wanted. So please remember to thumbs up. I love answering comments, so please comment. And if it's your thing, subscribe if you like the content. I will see you in the next one. Bye.